73 during AIM days. My father was a cop and he walked off his job. 2 days ago, I was doing a presentation at nighttime here and I got cut off. I was told that they ran out of gas. Just a few moments ago, I offered our grandmothers here some tobacco and asked them to allow me to talk. I have to ask the grandmothers for permission to talk too. To my right here, I have a friend of mine. Her name is Judy. She comes from Canada, and she's my Facebook friend for 5 years. My loyal Facebook friend. But I want to share something really important because I'm going to hand the mic over to Judy, and she's going to verify what I'm saying. I have my computer here. And in my computer, I have the bankruptcy of the United States of America in 1933. And during the bankruptcy of 1933, the United States went bankrupt 1933 and handed all laws over to the United Nations in Geneva, Switzerland, 12 years before Geneva, Switzerland, the building was ever built. During that time, the states got a hold of the news and regrouped and formed the new Congress. During this time, they never came to 564 federal recognized tribes and got a federal writ to conduct business. And this 1933 United States bankruptcy is performing illegally. And so the 1934 Indian Reorganization Act was how to fool the Indians. And this is how our Indian agencies came to be about today. During this time between, there was 3 constitutions that are here. And the first United States Constitution is null and void. The second Constitution of the United States was never ever signed. The third Constitution is at the United Nations level. You heard Orville talking about the United Nations. About I think 3-4 years ago, right, Orville? I sundanced at Orville's and I told him I wanted to take on the United States. And he said, give it your best shot because all of us are trying. So at that time, I learned that the United States is a federal corporation under 28-USC 3002, which describes that there's no federal writ. So therefore, with treaties being supreme, the Fort Laramie 1851 treaty bypassed Congress, made it to what is called the Chronicle List of International Treaties Worldwide. That now supports every 564 federal recognized tribes here, North and South America, and around the world, because no one judge could make a federal decision. No state judge can make a federal decision on treaties, which means that that judge committed treason against treaties and the Standing Rock, Lakota, Nakota, Dakota, the Great Teton, and all of the indigenous people nationwide, North and South America, and around the world. The Dakota Access Pipeline does not have a treaty, and the state of North Dakota does not have a treaty, although they have a constitution that says they solemnly swear to uphold the U.S. Constitution, which in Article 6, Clause 2 states that treaties are supreme law of the land. The military does not have a treaty, although they do teach the military about treaties, but the military men I have spoken to do not know what a treaty is. Therefore, I asked our spiritual leaders in Ocheki Shikawi to please, I wanted to sue for $630 billion per office that neglected treaties, and that meant every single 21 office of Washington, D.C., the state of North Dakota, and the governor of North Dakota as well. Treaty against treason, a treaty Indian violation is a federal violation which is treason against treaty. That carries a death sentence. So Mr. Jack Dipperwinkle, he opened up a can of international worms around the world. What Jack Dipperwinkle did not understand is in 2014 I got to see Orville in United Nations with indigenous world leaders. So today I get to speak to Ambassador Shahi Amin Khan, who is Chief Chair of the United Nations, and they do get to see all of the information that's being put out there concerning the United States. Around November 2014, Ambassador Shahi Amin Khan came to the United States and met with me in Chicago. He asked me to meet him in Pakistan. At that time, they were going to have world leaders come to ask me what my problem was with the United States, and they were going to sign charges against the United States. I told this ambassador I'm unable to leave the United States because I am from Wounded Knee, and those of us from Wounded Knee are known to be troublemakers. So obviously I am a troublemaker from Wounded Knee. And but I'm not a troublemaker. I'm actually a common woman who loves my people very much. I love Unchi Makra, Mother Earth, Nini Wichoni, Atewa Kantanka, the Creator. So what I did is I did not go to Pakistan. I did not go to Geneva, Switzerland, and I'm not rich, and I'm just a common woman. So what I did is I let it play out. So today, then the people of the world get to see the United States destroying Indian sacred sites. They get to see them trying to destroy the water. They get to see 264 federal recognized tribes standing up as one nation. They said that would never be done, but it's being done today. I have to repent because I carry these eagle feathers, but a lot of times I cried. A lot of times I felt hurt. A lot of times I missed my grandma and grandpa because I wish I was gone with them. A lot of times I did cuss. And because I was still learning, there was a time or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 that I did drink. And I told my family that I just couldn't take it no more. Because everything that I'm telling you is what I held in my head, in my heart, and in my soul. And I would send my stuff to my family. And they would just tell me, pray, keep praying. You're not alone in this. Everybody's doing it. You're not alone. And today I get to feel good about myself because I got to sit with Orville and all the 7 council fires and express to them that the United States is bankrupt and we can sue. Corporations can sue and be sued, so I asked for $630 billion per office, and because there's 264 federal recognized tribes, that's 250 billion times 21 offices times, divide that by 264 federal recognized tribes, but because these treaties started in 1059 before Christ and you got world people, I asked that we seize all the United States embassies until this all gets straightened out. During that time, the Dakota Access Pipeline cannot go through. Jack Dipperwinkle cannot make no decisions. As a matter of fact, in law, you can put a stop to him working in the North Dakota governor's mansion. So with that being said, my friend Judy here, she like I said, she's my faithful Facebook follower for 5 years, and she read some of the stuff that was going on, and she did use some of it in Canada. The only thing she did not use was the 1933 bankruptcy. The United States has control over Canada. They're like brother and sister, so I told her to use the 1933 bankruptcy. So I'm going to hand the